Welcome to the people of Raymond and our special guests. Welcome to our sesquicentennial celebration. This year's events are more than a celebration of years. It is a means to bring this community together, working on projects, building relationships with all organizations, churches, and civic groups. It involves everyone, young and old, whether you're a native or have adopted Raymond as your hometown. Everyone needs a sense of community. We all stand here with great pride that Raymond, your town, my town, is called home. It is with great pride to introduce Sally Parody as Our Lady of Ceremonies today. Sally's sense of community comes from generations of service to Raymond. Her guidance, determination, and knowledge have led us through the smallest detail to the largest problem. We all appreciate her efforts and admire her pride and determination. Please welcome Our Lady of Ceremonies, Sally Parody.
Thank you, Wayne. It is an honor and a privilege to be your Master of Ceremonies today for the opening program. Good afternoon to all of you. Happy birthday, Raymond. Let's hear it. The appointed day has arrived, and the hour has arrived, and we assemble here today to conduct the opening ceremonies that mark the 250th anniversary of the incorporation of the town of Raymond, New Hampshire in 1764. Do we have someone to come forward and do the blessing? I'm not sure who that's going to be. I guess it's going to be Pastor Jenny Slonwhite of the Congregational Church of Raymond.
Please be in a spirit of prayer with me. Heavenly Father, in this crazy world of ours where there's so much hurt, so much brokenness, we need reasons to celebrate. And so today we give you special thanks. Special thanks that we have a reason to celebrate our town of Raymond. We thank you for the first settlers who came here and made it their home. We thank you for the businesses who set up here, the places of worship and the places to conduct government. We thank you, Lord, that through the years, Raymond has become a place that we can be proud of. We ask you to bless our efforts of celebration this day. In your holy name. Amen.
Please come forward, Eldon, and lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance. Is he sitting over there somewhere? He doesn't want to come down? He can do it from there if we can hand him a microphone.
You know the Pledge of Allegiance, right? How about if I hold King?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let me mention that Eldon Bob McKinley is the holder of the Boston Post cane as our most elderly citizen that we're aware of. Bob is 98 years old. And he holds the cane that he was presented with in November of 2012. Thank you, Bob. At this time, I would ask you to stand for our national anthem to be sung by Miss Raymond 2007, Nikki Hammond.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Does this just fit in? Try to move it up a bit. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce former State Senator, and Selectman Jack Barnes, who will introduce our distinguished guest. Selectman Barnes.
Thank you. Okay, you all heard Sally say it's a happy birthday party for her 250th. How many of you out there know the tune, Happy Birthday to You? Well, let's do it! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Raymond! Happy birthday to you! Thank you very much. It's always nice to have support behind me. Thank you. Unfortunately, Senator Shaheen, our U.S. Senator Shaheen, couldn't be with us today, but she gave me a letter to read to you. And I promise I won't change any of the words, and I think some people are concerned I might change some of the words, but I won't. I'll read it exactly as she sent it to us. Dear friends, thank you for the invitation to attend the 250th anniversary celebration for the town of Raymond. I wish you were able to attend today's festivities to share your excitement as you rejoice in this milestone in your town's history. With colonial houses and churches surrounding the town common and town roads lining the picturesque countryside, the town of Raymond is the embodiment of a historic New England village. Raymond has retained much of its small town charm while growing and adapting to the changing times. Though time name changes and population shifts, you have produced strong and powerful citizens who have farmed the land, worked in the town's small businesses, and helped to build Raymond into a thriving, close-knit community. It is towns like yours that make the Granite State so special. I wish you all the best as you commemorate your town's history and its continued success. Raymond reflects well on our entire state. I am so glad you all can come together to celebrate this occasion, and it's signed by Jean Shaheen, United States Senator. Let's hear it for the Senator. Next on my list is Governor Maggie Hassan. Now, Maggie, come on down here, Governor, please.
He's not done yet.
We want to hear from the governor of the greatest state in the nation. And you know, she's got the second best job in the state of New Hampshire. The first best job would be general manager of the Boston Red Sox.
That is true. That's true.
And one of the reasons we invited these special guests here, and we gave them something to sign, a piece of paper to sign before we invited them, before we said okay, they had to be die-hard Red Sox fans. And I know Maggie is because we served together in the Senate for a couple of times, and I know she always was bringing me the scores on that little thing she had in her hand.
It's true.
Our Governor Maggie Hassan.
Thank you, Jack. Well, happy birthday, Raymond. It is really great to be here. Thank you, Jack, for the introduction. Jack and I shared a lot of time in the state Senate. We shared a lot of Red Sox scores, and I really think that I got him to vote my way occasionally because I had a BlackBerry with the scores, and he didn't know how to use one. You know, you work it for everything you can, right, Jack? And on a more serious note, I also know how much Jack Barnes cares about the entire state of New Hampshire, but about Raymond, New Hampshire in particular. And he always brought the concerns of the people of this town to the Senate floor. He always brought the perspective of a very experienced selectman to the Senate floor. And I am very, very grateful, Jack, for your service and for your friendship. Thank you. It is great to be here as well with Senator Ayotte, with Congresswoman Shea Porter, with Raymond's delegation in Concord, with Chairman Welch and all of the Board of Selectmen, with your town manager, Craig Wheeler, and with Sally Parody, Lady of Ceremonies, and the entire rest of the committee that planned today's celebration. I understand you've all been planning for about a year now. I remember stopping by, I think, Old Home Days last summer, and you were all telling me about it already. So a lot of hard work went in today, and it's going to pay off. It looks just like a great day of events and a great parade lining up as well. I did a little bit of looking up on Wikipedia Raymond's history, because I know something about the town. I know it partly because one of your friends and neighbors, Joyce Averill, is in my house just about daily, and I hear snippets of news from Joyce all the time about the goings-on in Raymond. It's also Joyce's birthday today. She told me she is not 250, but I thank you, Joyce, for all your hard work and also for representing your town so well. What I learned about Raymond as I researched it a little bit is it is, as Senator Shaheen referenced in her letter, a great embodiment of the kind of small towns that make New Hampshire what it is. It's an example of a town with a rich and deep heritage. I learned today that you were first named Freetown. And the reason people speculate that you were all named Freetown is that the early citizens here declined to give the King of England their best timber.
Hey!
Isn't that a good
right
thing? So the way it went was this, and there was a whole rebellion in New Hampshire about this a bit later. The king said that all the best timber that Granite Staters worked so hard to harvest had to go to the Navy for the masts of their ships. And the people of Freetown just didn't send it in. And they discovered that nobody came and bothered them. And so they called themselves Freetown, and then later Raymond. But what a great heritage to have, that Granite State individual spirit from the very, very beginning. You are also a place of beautiful, beautiful natural resources. Pawtuckaway State Park nearby, your beautiful lakes. We combine beautiful natural resources and a vibrant economy in a way that no other state does. And the resources, along with the energy of all of our business people and all of our citizens, make us the communities we are, make us the economy we are, and make us the particular state that we are. When you travel the state of New Hampshire, you realize, as I think you realize here too, that we are a very rugged place. We are a very inclusive place. We are a very beautiful place. When you think about what it took to settle this town 250 years ago, think about what the terrain was like. Think about the tools they had. Think how cold the winters were without central heating, right? You had to be tough to settle this place. But you also knew, as tough and as strong an individual you were, that things would happen where you would need your neighbors. So we're a place that values individualism, but we build communities like nowhere else. Because when we do need help, we're there for each other. And that's what Raymond embodies too. So I thank you so much for inviting me to share in this day with all of you. I know that the celebration took a lot of work to pull off, but in New Hampshire, we're an all-hands-on-deck kind of place. We come together, we roll up our sleeves, and when there's a job to do, we do it. We do it together. And that's what today, more than anything else, represents. So happy birthday, Raymond, and thanks again for including me.
Hold on, Governor. I'd like you to give this to your husband when you get home.
Thank you. He appreciates it very much.
Thank you. Well, the time has come for me to introduce one of my favorite U.S. senators. Kelly Ayotte, come on down. Thanks for being here, Kelly.
Thanks, Jack. Well, happy birthday, Raymond. I'm just honored to be here, and of course with my great friend, Jack Barnes. I should have worn my long tie. Looks really good on you, Jack.
You look better the way you are.
But I think Jack, having had the privilege of serving with him when I was Attorney General and getting to know Jack, he's an incredible representation of the people of Raymond in the sense that, hey, you always know where Jack stands, right? He calls it like he sees it. We have great respect for him, not only what he means to Raymond, but for the state of New Hampshire, and I'm just glad to be here with you, my friend. I just want to say thanks to everyone who planned this today. I know Wayne Welch, the chairman of the Board of Selectmen, and all those on the board, thank you for your service. And Sally Parody for what you mean to Raymond and for organizing all of this. And most of all, you know, I think Raymond represents the real spirit of our state motto, live free or die. Because Raymond is a place where you have that small town spirit, where you know your neighbors, where you can count on your neighbors, where you're there for each other, where you respect the freedom of our great state in our Constitution and the things that we cherish most, not only in the state of New Hampshire, but in this great country. So I'm honored to be here on behalf of your 250th anniversary. And what I would like to do is present to the Board of Selectmen, I've entered in the congressional record a tribute to the town of Raymond, which will forever be memorialized in Washington to recognize the great accomplishments of the town of Raymond in the 250th anniversary of Raymond and the many more accomplishments we will see from the town of Raymond going forward. So I look forward to the parade. Have a great day. May God bless Raymond. May God bless you. May God bless the greatest country on earth.
Would you present this to the chairman of the board, please? Hey, hey, what do you think, guys? That's pretty neat, huh? Pretty neat. can give that to your husband, too. You're going to be in the parade? You're going to march with us?
I'm all in.
You're all in. Hey, there we go. Strange that these are all ladies up here that I'm introducing them. I'm really not that debonair, but I'm lucky, I guess. Carol Shea Porter, will you please join us? For those of you who might not know, Carol Shea Porter is a representative, a Congress lady down in Washington from District 1, and you live in District 1. I'm going to turn this over to you, and thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you, Jack. And of course, everybody knows Jack. And Jack has left his mark on this town and on this state, and we thank you for your service and also for your great sense of humor. You know, occasionally we disagree about things, but Jack always lets you know where he is on everything and has a great sense of humor as he tells you exactly what he thinks. And I just love that about you, so thank you. And congratulations to the town and for all those who have worked so hard to make this happen. You know, as I was sitting there, I was thinking about the original settlers who signed this statement about the town and thinking, would they be surprised if they saw all of you here and if they saw this town today? And I think not. I think that's exactly what they had in mind when they first came together. Now, maybe they didn't know you'd dress this way. Maybe they didn't know that we would have vehicles that moved around in the air and the sky. Maybe they didn't know that. But what they did know was that people who came from this town and people who chose this town, and the saying, if you're not from the town, is, I got here as fast as I could. They would recognize all of you. They would recognize your spirit, your coming together as a community, your work together, you worship together, you play together. That's what they had in mind when they first pulled this town together and said, we want to stand as one people. And through the years and the decades, you have done exactly that. So I am very proud to say, and yes, I'm bragging, but I'm a direct descendant of John Stark, who said, live free or die. And I don't think we've ever forgotten that motto. I think if you look at New Hampshire history through all the years and the centuries, you know that we have never forgotten what we're about, what we respect, what we love, what we honor. So on your 250th birthday, I want to say happy birthday. May God continue to bless all of you, bless this town, and bless this state and country, which, as my colleague said, is the greatest country in the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Congressman. A Congress lady, I should say. I've got to be politically correct, right? Whatever. You can give this to your husband.
My husband again, right?
Thanks for coming. Are you going to be in the parade?
No, I'm not going to be in the parade, but I'm going to read about it, and I expect you to be singing and leading the way.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
You're a politician, I can tell.
Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Well, you're lucky because I only have one more guest to introduce. But the guy, it's a male, it's a man this time. This is a token male. Sheriff, would you come on over here, please? This is Sheriff Mike Downing of Rockingham County. And this guy has done an awful lot for the town, worked very closely with Chief Saloy and his great team. And I happen to think Mike is a friend of mine. He's a good guy. I sat in the Senate with him, and he voted all right most of the time. Mike, thanks for coming.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and I just want to thank Chief Salois and your police department for all the assistance they've given us throughout the year in making this one of the safest places in the county to live. Thank you.
You're okay, Mike. You can take this home to your lovely wife. No, that's all right. No, she probably won't talk to me after this. Thanks again, Mike. Are you going to be in the parade? Yes. Thank you. I'm going to turn this back to Sally Parody.
Thanks, Jack. At this time, I would like to introduce our town's representatives to the New Hampshire House of Representatives. and ask them to stand and be recognized. Representative Franklin Bishop, Kathleen Hozel, and L. Michael Kapler. At this time, I should like to introduce our special guest here today. Someone who for several years played several roles in the town of Raymond. First and foremost is our town pharmacist. We didn't call him a druggist because that had a connotation of the 60s that wasn't too good. He was a pharmacist for over 30 years here. And he still found time, after working 12-hour shifts behind the counter on many days, to serve on the school board and hold the offices of town school district moderator for several years. Was chair of the Raymond's National Bicentennial in 1976, program chair of the 1964 Bicentennial, and master of ceremonies for the 225th. He was also one of the founding members of the Raymond Ambulance Association. In the mid-80s, he retired to the neighboring town of Nottingham, where he served as representative in the New Hampshire House until November of 2011, when health issues prevented him from continuing. On a personal note, for the last 50 years, Frank and I joked a lot of times about whether or not the two of us, or hopefully the two of us, or one of us would be present for the town's 250th in 2014. And so I speak for the both of you, to you, from the both of us, that we are very thankful and we are very pleased to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please recognize Frank G. Case and his lovely wife Peg with a round of applause. In 1989, the tradition of choosing a Miss Raymond was instituted, and it's my pleasure to introduce this afternoon our Miss Raymond of 2014, who has made the trip to Raymond from Keene to be with us today, where she is enrolled as a freshman at Keene State. Please welcome Katie Masso-Glidden, Miss Raymond 2014. And with Katie today is our junior Miss Raymond 2014, Alexis Cody, a student at the Iba Holmes Grove Middle School. Stand up, Alexis, and say hello. At this time, I should also like to recognize the Vice President of our Raymond Historical Society. Stand up, Diane Debracare, and say hello. Thank you. At this time, I am also pleased to introduce our administrator in charge of superintendent services in the Raymond School District, and that would be Ellen Small, somewhere on the podium. Thank you, Ellen. At this time, it is a distinct honor and pleasure for me to introduce our Board of Selectmen and Town Manager and ask them to stand and be recognized. First of all, Chairman Wayne Welch. Greg Bemis, Vice Chair of the Board. William, but we used to call him Billy Hoyt, board member. Colleen West Coates, board member. And Jack Barnes, I think he's still here. Oh, there he is. And Craig Wheeler, our town manager. And at this time, I guess I'll call all of them down, or at least Jack at this point, to read the 250th proclamation.
What I have here is a proclamation. Raymond, New Hampshire, Centennial Celebration. Whereas the town of Raymond, New Hampshire, having been incorporated under the laws and with the authorization of the General Court in 1764, we, the elected members of the Board of Selectmen, do officially proclaim that a public observance of the 250th anniversary of said incorporation shall be held from September 13th to the September 21st, 2014. Whereas such observances shall be conducted with proper exercises, and whereas such exercises shall be under the jurisdiction of a committee of the townspeople and referred to as the 250th Committee. Whereas we urge all citizens and residents of the town to actively participate in the festivities of our 7-day celebration and encourage former residents and friends to return to Raymond during this historic occasion. Whereas Raymond is proud of its lands and rivers of the streams and lakes and its residents and families, all of which together form the fabric of a community known as Raymond, New Hampshire. Whereas Raymond is proud of its history, the year 1764 is a memorable one in our records. Let it ever be held sacred and motivate our lives. A witness thereof, we have had to set our hand and cause the seal of the town of Raymond to be affixed, proclaiming September 13th through September 21st, 2014, Raymond's 250th anniversary celebration, commemorated in Raymond, New Hampshire, this 11th day of August in the year of our Lord, 2014. And this was signed by myself and my other 4 colleagues. Before I step down, I want to just say something that I think I forgot to say, and I apologize for it. None of this would have happened unless a committee was formed. The chairman of it was the chairman of our board, Wayne Welch, and I can't name all the other citizens that participated, but an awful lot of work, an awful lot of time went into this, putting this whole shindig together. And I think I would love to have a tremendous round of applause for Wayne and everyone else who worked on the 250th. Thank you for that. We owe these people a great deal for doing what they did. I think that finishes me, Sally.
This is a reading of the original text of the incorporation of the parish of Raymond, May 9th, 1764. Anno Regni Reges George Quattro, Magno Britannico, Franio and Hibernio Quattro, in the 4th year of the reign of George, King of Britain, Wales, and Ireland. An act for erecting a new parish within the township of Chester in this province, whereas at a town meeting held at Chester on the 26th day of January, 1763, it was granted and voted that a part of said township, commonly known as Freetown, described in said vote, might be incorporated into a new parish as far as their consent was necessary and appearing to be convenient considering the situation of the inhabitants. Be it therefore enacted by the Governor Council and Assembly that there be and hereby is a new parish constituted and erected and incorporated thereby, the following bounds, namely beginning at the north at east corner of Chester, upon the headline of Epping, at a maple tree, a boundary between Chester and Nottingham, then running south 29 degrees west, bounding partly on said Epping and partly on Brentwood, to the southeast corner of the lot, partly in said Chester, as appear in the records of Chester, then west-northwest, so far as to contain the old 100-acre lots, so called in said township, then 29 degrees east to the southeast corner of Candia, by and joining upon Candia to the line of Nottingham, upon that side, and by that line to the maple tree, where at the same parish be called incorporated and named the parish of Raymond.
And all the polls and estates within limits after said are hereby exonerated and discharged of all taxes and abatements existing when mentioned and expected on into any other part of said town, and are hereby invested and enfranchised with all common privileges which other parishes have and legally hold, to likewise with all the legal power and authorities of a parishes in this province, and may raise money for the necessary uses of the parish as any other town or parish may legally do. Secession and continuance forever. And Samuel Emerson of Chester is hereby authorized to call the first meeting of said inhabitants for the choice of necessity, parish officers, and any other affairs they may deem proper at said meeting, giving due notice of the time, place, and design of such meeting in the usual and customary manner in said town, provided and accepting that the polls and estates within said parish shall continue to be taxed and assessed to the Providence accounts as they have usually been. A new proposal of land rates shall be made among the several parishes in this province. In the House of Representatives, May 4th, 1974, this bill having been read 3 times, voted that it pass to be enacted. Henry Sherborne, Speaker. In Council, May 9th, 1964, this bill read a 3rd time and passed to be enacted. Theodore Atkinson consented to. B. Wentworth.
The freeholders and inhabitants of the parish of Raymond in said province by law are hereby notified to meet at the house of Mr. Benjamin Bean, inholder in said parish on Tuesday, the 29th day of this instant, May, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, to number 1, choose a moderator for said meeting, 2, to choose all necessary parish officers for the year as the law directs by vote to the appointment of that day in March, and to hold their annual meeting for the choice of parish officers for the future. Samuel Emerson, dated May 14, 1764.
At the first parish meeting held in this parish of Raymond at the house of Benjamin Bean, inholder in said Raymond, on the 29th day of May 1764. 1. Samuel Dudley, chosen moderator to govern said meeting. 2. Ezekiel Smith, chosen parish clerk for the year in swearing until an officer be chosen and sworn in. Voted, Benjamin Whittier, Constable. Voted, Cable Roll, Samuel Dudley, and Robert Page, Selectmen. Voted, Stephen Fogg, Joseph Dudley, Ezekiel Lane. A committee to examine Selectmen's accounts, orders, and assessments per Fulton. Voted, Joshua Falk, Jonathan Dearborn, Joseph Dudley, Simon Bernard, and Clement Dorfield, surveyors of the highway. Voted, Thurston Jonathan Dearborn, Joseph Smith, Christian Bean, Samuel Philbrook, and Daniel Scribner, Haywoods. Voted, James Fullerton, Matthew Eldridge, Moses Whittier, and Joseph Dudley, Tangsmanmen. Voted, John Sweat and John Stevens, Deer Inspectors. Voted, Benjamin Bean and Alexander Smith, surveyors of lumber. Voted, John Smith, pound keeper. Voted to hold an annual meeting on the first Monday in March for a time to come. Voted to build a pound between Benjamin Bean's orchard and the mill. Thank you.
I'd like to ask Craig Wheeler to come forward and introduce our next guests.
Thank you. You have just heard the minutes of the first town meeting here in Raymond, and it was held at the Inn of Benjamin Bean. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you today two direct descendants of the Bean family, if they could please stand. George and Robert Bean of the Bean family, who in their house the first town meeting was held. Please welcome them today to the town of Raymond.
Too many pages here. Pastor Ginny Slonwhite is going to give a little history of the Boston Post cane and offer a blessing. Ginny, here we are again.
Thank you, Sally. Actually, until today, I didn't know what the Boston Cane Award was. And just before this ceremony started, I got to meet Bob McKinley. Bob has held the Boston Cane since 2012, is that right? And when I asked him, what does it feel like to be the holder of this special cane, he just smiled and said, "It makes me feel special." A wonderful, treasured citizen, Bob McKinley. And please pray with me once more. God of all people, you teach us the value of community. Those of us who follow your Son, Jesus Christ, learn the value of every single person. And so today, God, we give you thanks for the opportunity to find a way to honor one of our most treasured citizens. Our senior citizens are so valuable, and yet sometimes we forget to find ways to recognize them. So we ask your blessing this day upon the Boston Cane Award and upon Bob McKinley, our friend, who holds that award still. Bless him in the days to come. And we give you thanks for his valuable part in our community. Through Jesus our Lord, we ask this. Amen.
Thank you, Ginny. At this time, I will ask Chairman Welch of the 250th Committee to come forward. He has comments and an update on the schedule of events, I believe. Is that correct, Wayne?
It is.
Our sesquicentennial year has produced community, spirit, pride, and understanding and compassion towards each other. The celebration motto was born out of an ideal thought and has grown to maturity in the last 12 months. What a great place to live, Raymond. Your town, my town, our town. Sitting at my kitchen table last night, looking through newspaper clippings of August 1964, searching for inspiration on speaking to you here today, I found memories of my childhood and fondness of past leaders and citizens of our community and the impact that they instilled in our lives. We were fortunate to have learned from them. As I scanned the old paper, only a few remain today. However, their families have endured on and remained here as strong as before. It has been a remarkable experience in my life to serve this community during our sesquicentennial celebration. Our general committee, all dreamers, every last one of them, has produced an extraordinary program in remembrance of our 250th anniversary. I am so proud of them, as you all should be too. Their dedication and enthusiasm has always prevailed. The celebration needs to time-stamp our place in Raymond's history, who we are today, and how future generations will see and understand who we are and our contributions to future history. We learn from our past, live for the present, and prepare our children for the future. My dream is that our children and grandchildren will have the dedication and love of community to celebrate their 275th anniversary as we have today. The next 9 days are full of events. You can check them out on our website, raymond250.org, or in our program book on sale here and around town. Concerts, fireworks, sharpshooter events, and the readings of William Green, chili cook-offs, Old Home Day, and a high school reunion, just to mention a few. Again, raymond250.org or on RCTV for a complete listing. It's time to say thanks. Thanks to you all who have made these events come to a reality. Thank you for understanding, and thank you for your sense of community. Family, friends, and community are what make this town, my town, your town, our town. We have a few special guests with us today and some corporate sponsors who gave an awful lot to make this celebration happen. And with us is Sherry Stevens. Thank you for coming. Your Hannaford store and store manager, Carl Provencher, are great neighbors and support the efforts of the town. We appreciate your efforts and willingness to help out whenever asked. Thank you, and all of your store employees for their assistance. Greg Savensky from the Walmart Distribution Center. Walmart Center has been a great corporate neighbor. Their entire team of management, employees, staff, drivers, and support people are always willing to lend a helping hand to our town, no matter what the issue. They step up to the plate in time of floods, are generous at holiday time, and are the driving force with the Wreaths Across America event in December. Greg, thank you for coming, and we look forward to Walmart's energy for the 275th anniversary. Thank you, everybody.
So far as I know, this concludes our opening program. Is that right, Chairman Welch? Okay. We acknowledge and are thankful for the work of the 250th Committee, our local organizations, and countless individuals throughout the community. May this celebration serve as a rededication to those ideals that our forefathers sought so many years before. Let the words of the 250th celebration slogan, "My town, your town, our town," guide us after the celebration has ended, paving the way into the future with a new spirit of unity and cooperation, all for the betterment of our fair Raymond. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you all for being here today. Ginny, do you want to come forward and close this occasion on a good note here for us? This must be the year of the women. Of course it's the year of the women. Here we have 3 right here.
My goodness, I have to say, I grew up in a big city in Massachusetts, so I never experienced something like this. And I never got to sit on a platform with so many dignitaries. This has been a wonderful experience for me. And I'm new to Raymond. And my goodness, you are so fortunate. You are so fortunate. When you're in a great big city, you don't know your next door neighbor sometimes. And this, I look around at you and you are beautiful. You are the town of Raymond. Please pray with me one more time. Heavenly Father, we just give you all kinds of thanks and praise for this celebration, for the people who made it possible, for this wonderful town of Raymond. And I ask your blessing upon every single citizen and those in our leadership, that this town will continue to be prosperous and a place where people can come and feel good. And we ask this in the name of Jesus, your Son. Amen.
Thank you for being here today. And on that note, let the celebration begin.
The Raymond 250th Parade, led by Raymond's Police and Color Guard. Let's give them a big round of applause as they approach the flag. Certainly is nice to see our American flag fly overhead like that and be so well represented in our color guard as they lead the parade throughout this community. Raymond Police Department, Raymond Color Guard. We thank them for all they do, for all their efforts in the time that they spend. A round of applause for our Raymond Police and Raymond Color Guard. Please stand and salute the flag. Some of the old cars that are coming here, and this car here, we have the recipient of the Boston Cane, Mr. Eldon McKinley, Raymond's Boston Cane recipient. He's 98 years young. He lived on Long Hill Road for over 65 years. His family includes 5 children, 14 grandchildren, many great-grandchildren, and many great-great-grandchildren. He was a carpenter by trade, and he is driven by his daughter Betty and Bob Tebow in a 1955 Corwin Victoria, and they're accompanied by their grandsons Joshua Foote and Tyler Tebow. Mr. Robert McKinley, our Boston Cane recipient. We thank him for being in our parade, and we hope he's here at our next one.
Now we have Miss Raymond and Miss Junior Raymond, 2014. Miss Raymond is Katie Glidden. Junior Miss Raymond is Alexis Cody, driven by John Tracy, and followed by, let me see if I can do this without reading it. I think we have Lauren Campbell, Kathy Campbell, and Christina Vogel. This is the Miss Raymond pageant is their 25th year
Tradition they began in 1989. Next, we have Raymond High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Randy Lacasse. This is a 30-member band, and it's an award-winning marching band. In April 2014, they traveled to Nashville. And one thing I want to say, all this traveling they do, they raise every single penny of it. And they competed in the Heritage Festival, where they received first place silver award. The Rams, along with the Raymond Singers, received the Sweepstakes Award, which is given to the performing group that has the highest combined scores competing at the festival in Nashville, Tennessee. They are also past winners of the Spirit of Myrtle Beach Award. Their prestigious award is given to the group that shows true sportsmanship and best representation of their school and their community. I'll tell you, this marching band, Raymond High School, are proud to help our community celebrate this milestone.
The next group that's coming is Senator Kelly Ayotte, accompanied by Jack Barnes. And behind Jack and Kelly is our own Uncle Sam, Bob Gagnon. Welcome, Uncle Sam. Welcome, Senator Kelly. Welcome, Jack Barnes. Thank you, Senator, for showing up and being such a sport. Uncle Sam, welcome to Raymond. You're looking well these days. Thank you. Thank you. All right, who's the next one? This is we have McDonald's, owned by the Barnes family and company since 1979, and the trailer is decorated as a Happy Meal box. Ronald McDonald, welcome. Oh, look at the French fries. Where's the Big Mac? I don't see him. All right. Okay. The alumni. Right. All right. Thank you, Ronald McDonald's. We thank you for joining us. The next one is the Raymond High School Alumni Group. And they have a whole series of events coming up next Saturday for the alumni group. We're looking forward to their events. $88,000 in scholarships they've raised from 2000 to 2014. We certainly appreciate all the work they do. Now, this is the 1853. This is the Historic Society. It is a float. Oh, my Lord. Look at this. And it's driven by Greg Bemis. It's got all the members of the Historic Society in there. It's got the Boston in Maine, and it's just like, look at the conductors and the music on the back. What a wonderful float. Who's next? All right, we have the Raymond Fire Department coming. I'm not sure who's driving this. Can't see through the windshield quite yet. But it's one of our firemen, I'm sure. It's not on autopilot. We have one of their other trucks here. This first truck is the R1. It's the rescue truck, fully equipped. We appreciate all the work they do. They do a tremendous amount helping set out with the Raymond Tower. This is one of their other vehicles. It's the International, all shined up. in great shape. Thank Raymond Fire Department for participating today and for all the work that they do for our community. Remember, the bulk of our Raymond Fire Department is made up of fire volunteers on a call department. If you're interested, give Kevin Pratt a call. We now have the 6th Maine Battery. This is the light artillery. It is the 1st detachment of Maine. It is represented with Captain Gordon McRae. We appreciate, wow, what great costumes. They were organized in 1861, and it was mustered into the United States service in Augusta, Maine on January 1st, 1862. They are in authentic costumes with an actual replica of one of the cannons that was used during the war. The Army of the Potomac and the 6th Maine Battery. Welcome to Raymond. Who's next? You want to do a couple? We have the Beck-Tesh Clowns. The Beck-Tesh Clowns perform they're coming over to us. No, thank you, sir. I don't know what that means, but it's, I think, Beck-Tesh Clowns. Oh, and we have a smiley face. Thank you, clowns. Oh, hey, and this is Seamus. All right, you go for it, guys and girls. They're out of Concord, New Hampshire. They are the Beck-Tesh Shrine Clowns, complete with a calliope there. Look at them. I wonder if he's really playing. I hope he doesn't fall off that little bicycle. Hey, could you sweep the street while you're going? Hey, Mr. Clown, use the broom. Sweep the street. Hey, uh-oh. Watch out for the Candia. We have the Candia Volunteer Fire Department and their fire and rescue group here in front of us right now. Our neighboring community of Candia, we're part of a mutual aid group. We're glad to have them in our parade because it represents the partnership that these communities show. Candia, Fremont, some of our other communities are all part of that mutual aid. It's what makes the whole community work in this area. Thank you, Candia Volunteer Fire Department. And Candia, like Raymond, relies on its volunteers for fire service. Okay. This float here is our off-duty angels. We drafted them recently. They were formed in 2008. They're a rock group. They love to make a lot of noise.
That's not noise, that's music. Thank you, I.C. Reed, for driving them. It's very much appreciated.
The music speaks for itself. And we again want to appreciate the Reed family for supplying the transportation pulling this. This is Miss Fremont.
This is Miss Fremont, Amanda Arsenault, age 17, a senior at Sanborn High School, active in school groups, sport, and drama. Amanda is a volunteer of the Fremont Food Pantry, Walk for Hunger. As talented vocalist, she has sung at memorial services for the last 4 years and sang God Bless America at the Fisher Cat Stadium. She's accompanied by the director Wheaton Pinder and driven by Mary Anderson and a beautiful red Mustang. I think that's an old one. What do we got here?
.90, that's huge. Money market savings from the bank next door. All right, right next door to Town Hall, and they were very gracious in helping us out. Is he one of our... Well, we have a bunch of high-wheeler bicyclists coming through. I believe this is the 1887 high-wheelers. Wow, look at this. Sandy, how about you? You want to try that?
You're nuts.
Wow. This is well done. Well done. Juggling and waving everything. All three. They at least all have knee pads, too. I see that. All right?
One of your selectmen, well, select woman, I should say, son rides, no, I don't think he rides the 3-1, but he rides the single one. I don't know if he's in this group, but look at him. The Jim Dandies from, look where they're from, Scarborough, Maine. They came a long way. Hey, they're on the little ones. Maybe I could do that. I don't know if I'd want to try it right now, though. Look at them. And they're even holding hands. And I think it's just a neat trick.
And there are more coming, Sandy. Look down the
Oh, my gosh. Look at them. Holy cow. Wow. Come on, I want to hear a nice round of applause for them. I hope they have a truck to get back, because they got a long way to go. And up 95, I don't think they'd allow you. No. Look at them. How many are in this group? Oh, yeah, you know, that's true. Just think about it. I want to know if they unicycled up that hill. Oh, I was just told they did. That's a hard hill to walk up. Oh, Manchester Road. Look at this one. He's got a bigger tire. Look at him. Holy cow.
Well, I'm sure glad that we swept the streets for this group. Otherwise, they would have hit pebbles and rocks and maybe some sand from last year. But look at this. Yeah.
Look how high they are. They're higher than I am.
That's not very high, Sandy. You know that. But that's all right. That's all
I
right.
shouldn't have said
You
that.
know.
Look at them.
What coordination. What a sense of balance.
He said right.
Whoa. Whoa.
Look at them. They might
Right in
have
front of
crashed
you.
into them.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's all right.
They're just going to get back in line and
They
start
do it
up
all
and-
over.
Look at them. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Look at them go. Watch them. Watch them.
I think they have to keep moving in order to keep their balance. Otherwise,
That's how they get on.
yeah, that's great. Look at that. And look at the teamwork that they're doing and the cooperation among all the riders. Wow.
Very good.
Again, all the way down from Maine. We appreciate them coming to Raymond. This has been a
Wow.
great event. Thank you all for coming down. We hope you enjoy the Raymond celebration. It's a birthday party.
Yeah.
All right? You're helping us celebrate. Hey, guys, can you guys sing happy birthday too?
Ask them where their bikes are.
No, I'm not going to embarrass them. You do it.
No. Thank you.
Wow.
Very much. Wow.
Okay, who do we have now? Is this looks like the coalition coming up.
I guess, oh, Patterson. Yeah, Coalition Youth.
We have some walkers coming up. It's the Raymond Coalition for Youth. It's get involved and make a difference in a child's life. The coalition has been here in town for a number of years. Celeste is with us, and she does a tremendous job with her group and her board of directors interfacing with our young people here in the middle and the high school. And their work is absolutely tremendous. We certainly appreciate them. We've got a float here for them. They're driven by a 2500 HD. Nice float. Happy 250th. None of those people look that old to me. Sally, what do we have, Sally?
My name's Sandy.
Sandy, what do we have coming up next here?
Let me see.
It says it's a slow 39. I don't believe that for a minute. D2A8. Jerry Sousa, who is a Vietnam veteran and past senior vice commander of the VFW, is also a life member of the VFW. This is the men's auxiliary, a 1930 Model A Ford driven by Stephen Schlagen. Thank you, Jerry Sousa. We now have the Hooksett. Hooksett came all the way down here to Raymond. It's not that far up the road, but their tanker truck is here, and to help us celebrate our 250th anniversary, and the Pride of Pingree Hill, which is in Auburn, is our next fire truck. Once again, there's tremendous camaraderie between all of our community's fire departments, their staff, and their response for public safety and community welfare. It's great to have them here. We appreciate Auburn coming down. You know, we are biased. We do have the best fire department in the area, but we will recognize the other ones. Kevin Pratt and his boys do a tremendous job. We appreciate their efforts. Our next fire truck is Fremont. Fremont's just down the road, as they say. Once again, having Fremont and everybody here represents the best of the mutual aid that the fire department has to offer and how they work collaboratively. What do we have next?
I don't know my cars. Is this D2? Oh, B8. This is an old car. But it isn't matching my paperwork. It says New Hampshire. Oh, that says 1937 plate on it. Wow. This is a Chevy. This I know. I was around when they had the Bel Air.
Look at the fuzzy dice.
Oh, yeah, that was dice. They hung the dice from the mirror inside. And now what do we have here? Camino, El Camino. I got it, El Camino. Okay.
We have the Boy Scout Color Guard from Raymond, New Hampshire. Please rise in honor of the flags and the color guard of the Boy Scout troop. We appreciate them coming to town. This troop, I happen to know, has a number of upcoming Life Scouts who are soon to be Eagle Scouts. We appreciate their Eagle projects. We have the new Liberty Jazz Band. You can hear them, you can see them. They're on one of our older fire vehicles. We appreciate them coming here. The new Liberty Jazz Band.
And they're going to be playing later today, right after the parade. They're a talented musician who play from the back of a restored 1941 Ford fire truck. This group came together in 1980 in Pelham, New Hampshire. We should ask them to join our community band for Tuesday night's concert. Make sure you stay around because they'll be playing after. Hey, he doesn't have a real piano. He's got an electronic one. They didn't have that back then. This group, you might have seen them. They played at Faneuil Hall in Boston. They've been at the first night in Boston. They've been all over the place.
We have the Raymond Boy Scout Troop 101 celebrating 75 years of Boy Scouting in Raymond. The float showcases citizenship, camping, and all the elements of the Scouting Creed. They've got their tent. We appreciate them coming. Look at all the lashing that they did. That's great stuff. Great stuff. We're glad to have the Boy Scouts participate here. So all the lashings and some sort of tower there. I'm not sure what that's for, but it looks. Uh-oh. We got a tough group coming here right now. Chet Roberts. These are the Raymond famous hillbillies. Now not sure exactly where these boys and girls live, but they're from Raymond, and they have apparently it's an opportunity to look back in time to look at a 1946 Willis Jeep that's held together with some, you know, I'm not sure what, but they got some homemade moonshine here. Oh, look at this, and they're willing to share it. Well, and
I'd better not because I probably won't be able to read the rest of it. Look at their tire. They must have a flat. They tied a... Hi! Does your gun work? No! What is it?
Well, it's quite potent. It's good. And now we got a 1946 Willis Jeep, and I think these boys are part of the hillbillies too. I think you're supposed to clean up after them. So good luck. Try to keep them in line. That last fella's trouble. I was not expecting. All right, here we have Raymond's finest, the Raymond, no, not funniest, the Raymond's finest. Chief Kevin Pratt and his group of the Raymond Fire Department. We appreciate their efforts. Fire Chief and his family have been longtime elements in this community. They know everybody. They know where everybody lives. Chief, you cleaned up your car, Chief. That's good. I'm glad to see your tires don't look like the hillbillies. You know, I don't understand this. Mr. Hammond has got the oldest truck and one of the nicest looking young ladies in the parade, all by himself. No, that's congratulations, Mr. Hammond. You did it well. Let's make sure we get a good picture of Mr. Hammond. We have Raymond's other vehicles. Paul, keep that engine going, because if you stop it, it won't get going again, I'm told. We have some of our other volunteers in engine number 3, all in nice shining shape, looks real good. Once again, we have Raymond's finest along with the other fire departments showing the mutual aid efforts of our community. Nottingham. Nottingham just up the road, as they say. Again, mainly a volunteer department, but works closely with all of our public first responders here in Raymond. All right, the Shriners. These gentlemen just love doing this, and we love to have them. All right? They drive real fast, real crazy. Founded in 1922, they are the Shriners Hospital for Children in Shreveport, Louisiana.
I sure hope they didn't drive from there down here in those things. Wow, welcome, thank you for coming. Let them go.
You know, the Shriners are part of the Bektesh Clowns and the High Rollers and a variety of other activities that we're going to see in the parade. The Shriners, whoa, look at him go.
Where's Chief Saloy?
Yeah, I think we need some police patrol here, or at least a radar set up. And I don't think these vehicles are registered. I'm going to speak to our town clerk.
They don't even have our Raymond plate on.
Not yet, but they will. They will. All right. If they don't move out of the way, the Deerfield Forestry truck will encourage them, I'm sure. Deerfield is here with us today, and we appreciate Deerfield coming down. It's a busy time coming up for Deerfield with the fair and everything, but we appreciate them coming down and joining us today.
The forestry truck's behind. I didn't see it with this Homeland Security mass casualty unit. You still drinking?
Yeah. Yeah, those hillbillies, they gave us some good stuff here.
Here we have the forest truck from Deerfield. We have a forest truck, don't we, too?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I thought so. Thank you, Deerfield, for celebrating with us. Oh, here we go. Here's Raymond Septic Service. Ricky Hammond is the owner, and he's got the neatest slogan is, our business stinks. We need yours. Oh, what do we got here?
Radio Grove Hardware.
Oh, Radio Grove. I wonder who works here. Radio Grove. I wonder who works at Radio Grove.
Wow. Yeah, get the pages going right here. We have the VFW. What a great old vehicle this is. Hey, but there are no patches on the wheels, Sandy. I don't know what that's all about. And Fisher Auto Parts moved to Raymond in 2009, and the store opened on April 7th. The company is family owned. It has over 30 years tenure here. We appreciate their efforts. We also know that they were part of our steering committee for the 250th, and without their help and support, this wouldn't have happened. So we certainly appreciate them. We have the American Legion Color Guard here now. '67. We have, what do we have here? Cornerstone, Rockingham Sheriff. We have a Firebird here. Nice shiny vehicle. We have a 67. Another 67. It was a good year, 67. Wow. Yeah, you weren't born yet, Sandy, right? Uh-huh. But I like the Chevy truck coming up. This is when chrome was real chrome and you could shine it out and it didn't peel anything, all right? And then we have a new Challenger, a more modern car, but still sleek looking. We have State Police on our motorcycle here, State Police Motor Brigade.
Where's our motorcycle team? One-man member?
One-man member. The New Hampshire State Police motorcycle, they provide charity rides free of charge and memorial rides. Yeah. Appreciate the Wounded Warrior efforts of the New Hampshire State Police motor team. The Portsmouth High School Clipper Marching Band from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Welcome them to Raymond.
This band, the Clippers, are an award-winning marching band, have received gold medal rating 7 out of 8 years at the Maine Band Directors Association. There are 125 members in this year's band. Conducting the 2014-15 edition of the Clipper Marching Band are drum majors Anna Johnson, Anna Donahue, and Sarah Melanson. The band director is Eric Gagnon, and assistant directors are Steve Cirillo and Courtney Randell. Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing this for us.
Thank you, Portsmouth High School Clippers Marching Band.
Did you count how many trumpet players they had? You were supposed to.
I know. No. Clipper Band marches on. Thank you so much, Clipper. Norwalk Football and Spirit Association from Raymond, New Hampshire. Let's hear it for Norwalk. All right. These are the Norwalk Vikings. They support 37 towns in Rockingham County. They have 110 participants, 38 cheerleaders, and they have participated in state, regional, and national championships. All the coaches are volunteer, and the president of the association is our own Tona McCarthy. Let's watch them perform here in front of us right now. I believe the cheerleaders are going to do some cheering for us. Takes a little bit to get them organized. I understand that. The selectmen are the same way sometimes. It's hard to get them organized. The cheerleaders are performing a series of cheers in front of the reviewing stand. They're very energetic, wonderfully talented young women showing off how they can have the gymnastic moves to get their team going for the team spirit. Sandy, were you a cheerleader?
No, I played in the band.
All right. Good for you. All right. Well done, cheerleaders. Thank you. I think they're getting ready. Vikings are tops. We can't be stopped.
They're not asking you.
I always wanted to be a cheerleader, Sally. All right? Thank you, Norwalk Viking cheerleaders.
I want to ask a question. Do the cheerleaders cheer for all the teams that come to play? Oh, wow. Nice. Oh, here come the football players. Did you play football?
I did not play football.
What did you do? At least I played in the band. What did you do?
Nothing. Wow, look at this. We got all the team. Well done, Norok. We appreciate you coming here and helping us celebrate. They've got some energy, I can tell. All right. Norok, thank you so much for being here and celebrating our 250th. This is another group of our Bektesh group. This is the High Rollers. Whoa. And remember, the Shriners have been serving handicapped individuals and burn victims since 1922. They help kids all the time.
He almost tipped over.
I think they know what they're doing, but again, maybe we need...
He did. He was on 2 wheels.
We need Chief Salois, but I think he's the police officer. He's got the flashing blue lights. You know, the Bektesh High Rollers. Welcome to Raymond, New Hampshire. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mini monster trucks. Again, I don't see that they have the, I don't see that they've got the 250th license plate. They should all have one. I think we should line them up and sell them a license plate immediately. He's going to stop and get it. I hope nobody hits him. All right. They're coming down by the crowd now again, and we want to make sure that the crowd stays in back of the white line. We don't want the Bektesh people getting totally out of control. All right. Who do we have coming now?
This is Hannaford Supermarket. It's a Kenworth replica of original Hannaford truck 1948 Chevrolet State Body Farm Truck. All original parts, driven by Dick Brown. Kyle Provencher is the store manager. Sherry Stevens, Hannaford Community Relations Department. Hannaford has been in Raymond close to 30 years. And I want to thank, personally, Hannaford anyway. They gave us a lot of the donations for this. Look at this little guy.
Oh, man, they'll get anybody in here.
Look at that. But anyway, thank you, Mr. Provencher, for everything you did for our 250th. Boy, it must take him forever to get somewhere. You know, to go to Worcester and something that size.
You know who the driver of that was? He's a former resident, worked for the town of Raymond, Dennis McCarthy, but we won't mention that. All right? Driving a Hannaford's truck. All right, Greenfield, New Hampshire. Greenfield, New Hampshire. Come on, in New Hampshire. Deerfield.
I knew that.
You knew that. Come on. We're just trying to confuse you.
Yeah.
All right?
Want my glasses?
No, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I like their slogan, neighbors helping neighbors. Can you help me out now?
Yeah. I'll help Dawn.
There we go. There we go. Engine 4. Engine 4. Raymond Animal Hospital. Raymond Animal Hospital has been here in town for a number of years. Since 1985. They were originally set up their facility down where Teddy's is now. Yeah, and they were down there for a number of years. You remember that. And they liked Raymond so much they decided to stay here. They moved their location. Whoa.
All right, here comes the Welch Generation Float. I want to see my picture of the bus, Mrs. Lacasse. Where is it? The Welch family began began a livery business in the River House Hotel in the late 1800s, followed by A.I.S. Welch and Sons Oil, gas delivery, and school bus service in the 1940s. School bus, I was told, because I worked for them in 1940s. That was, they were done by horse and cart, I was told.
We missed one. It's Cornerstone Physical Therapy. They've been here in business since 2006, and Denise Simard is the owner and lives here in Raymond. And they're one of our best PTs. Raymond's Highway Department, work area ahead. I love that. I don't like seeing what I'm seeing now. All right. This is a...
You can take that back to the garage right now. I do not want to see a snowplow.
There we go. There we go. You know, if Sandy were the wing person, she'd knock out a half a dozen mailboxes right now. You know. Wow, these vehicles look real good, don't they?
Well, that's because they're brand new.
Well, our crew takes pretty good care of them. You know, and they keep them up. They keep our roads clean. They keep us safe. We're glad to have them here, certainly in our community. Okay. Fire truck, Sheriff. Girl Scouts. I'm glad they haven't put any salt or sand in that just yet. We'll wait for that to happen. And just to let everybody know, our Public Works crew worked really hard helping us get all of our streets cleaned, all of the weeds picked up, did a tremendous job. We have, I believe it's the sheriff. This is the Rockingham County Sheriff Car and SWAT unit. You saw earlier the High Sheriff of Rockingham County, Michael Downing. He was here on our podium earlier today, and he is here today with Sergeant Richard Papadallo, who's the and Deputy Lindsay Cunningham and Jimmy Nye. Where's Jimmy? He may be in the end car. You know, we rely heavily on our sheriff, Rockingham County Sheriff, to enforce the laws of the state. They work very well with local law enforcement in order to foster a partnership and to preserve and improve the quality of life here in Rockingham County. They have standard police vehicles. The Sheriff's Office is able to provide a mobile unit with dispatch communications to service communities in all of Rockingham County. Once again, we thank the Sheriff's Department from Rockingham County for joining us for our 250th happy birthday celebration here in Raymond.
Okay, Girl Scouts, aren't they? They look, they're girls. Okay. Girl Scouts, I believe, are headed our way. That's our Junior Girl Scout Troop 10435, Brownie Troops 12416, and Daisies 12803 Troops. Welcome to our 250th parade. Wow, you guys look sharp. Look at the different colors. They have blue on, blue vest, brown vest, and the leaders have the green. Nice. Nice.
Were you a Girl Scout?
No, but my daughter was. Uh-oh. What do we got coming? Is
This looks like the White Mountain Region chapter of the Model A Ford Club of America. I can tell. That's what it says on the front, you know.
You're smart.
Thanks.
Even I could tell that.
This chapter was established in June of 1963 and has grown from a handful of members to a total of 137 individual members at this time. The Model A Ford was manufactured in 1928. Hey, wasn't that your year?
No.
Oh, maybe 1929?
No.
1930, was that your year?
We've got a ways to go.
1931, maybe that was Wayne Welch's year.
That was Welch's.
All right. Some of them are all original, but they've been restored to stock Model A Fords. And remember, the first one was Henry built back in the day. The club is based in Concord, New Hampshire, and the purpose is to serve as a medium of exchange of ideas, information, and most importantly, parts for the Model A Ford throughout New Hampshire and New England. We appreciate them coming here to Raymond. Their cars are amazing. You sure 1921 wasn't your year? What do you think? Was she a 1929 gal? Oh, they... Thank you for coming to Raymond. We appreciate it. And they all have their antique plates on. We appreciate that. Oh, I love that. Look at the spokes on this one. You know. See, you knew what a rumble seat was. It must be your year.
Learned about that in school.
I like the truck. Look at the truck and the dog. This looks like something that maybe Greg Bemis would drive around in, you know. You know, if Buster Hammond is watching this, I bet he would probably appreciate that license plate. It says "Old Man," you know. So I think that's Buster. Sir, we thank you for coming here. No rumple seat in this. Here we go. The Ugahorn, the original Ugahorn, and he's here to help us celebrate Raymond's 250th. Oh, a convertible, and I'm glad it's up because I hope it doesn't rain. You know, I bet this last one, this could, you know, this could be Jack Barnes's year right there. All right? Right there. You know, we have the American Legion Auxiliary Ladies, Women's Auxiliary. Thank you for joining us, American Legion. We appreciate all the work that you and your efforts.
We are now in our 5th division. We got this division and one more to go. Coming, you've got the New England Premier Bagpipe Band based in the Boston area. Was founded in 1964 and is a competition band that competes against the that competes around Northeastern Canada. The band competed at the World Pipe Band Championship in Scotland this year in 2011, when the band won the qualifier with straight first place and went on to first place in piping and 5th overall in the finals. They returned to Scotland again this year and was successful with wait a minute, what was that? First, second, and third place finishes in 3 competitions. The 2012, the band performed 18 sold-out concerts in an 8,500-seat arena at Basel Tattoo in Switzerland. They will be finishing this year competition season next weekend at the Loon Mountain Highland Games in Lincoln, New Hampshire. And I want to say there's one Raymond member, and that is Kerry Pratt. And he's the one who got them here for us. Thank you.
Wow. A big round of applause. Wow. The Stewart Highland Band, thank you for helping us celebrate our 250th anniversary. The Congregational Church here on the Common, and they have a number of their parishioners all dressed in period costume. We appreciate that. It helps us understand our history. And Ginny, a special thank you to you for your efforts this morning. You did a tremendous job pitching in. We appreciate that, Ginny. Who's D5? D5. Friends of the... We have Friends of the Dudley Tucker Library. Uh-oh, I have a library fine, I believe, that I need to, all right.
Triple his fine, please.
I'll bring the book in next week, I'm sure. And we have Kathy Stacy from the Rockingham County Registry of Deeds here, helping us celebrate. Kathy Stacy is also here with Pat Conway. American Legion Post 90. Okay. We've got our Harley Davidson here in town today. You can just feel it when they go by you. We don't have food, right? Part of the Legion Riders also, supporting our troops and our efforts. Fine. Who's this? We have, to keep us safe from any of the retrobate thing coming together. Wow. Yes. That'll show them a thing or two. We have the... No. This is part of our Newmarket militia that have set up encampment here in town. We have our Raymond Rotary with Jen and Tom and their family. Glad to have them here. Raymond Rotary and some of those folks were part of a cleanup here the other day, and they got into some heavy-duty poison ivy. We apologize. We have Mr. Reagan here as our state senator making an appearance, or representatives. We have the VFW Color Guard coming forward. Please stand in honor of our American flag. Thank the Color Guard and all the efforts of the VFW. Thank Mr. Jordan for his efforts the other day in the 9/11 ceremony and playing taps. Well, talk about history. I hope the Bean family is still here. This is the Middlesex County Volunteers, a fife and drum group founded in 1982. They dress in the uniform of the Continental Army. The group's music spans 7 centuries, and they perform 40 times a year. They have produced 8 full-length recordings, and they have seen in many Hollywood as well as regional efforts. They participate in the Boston Harbor Celebration and the Boston Pops on Symphony Hall. They have performed in Edinburgh, Scotland, Australia, Sweden, Nova Scotia, and Switzerland. And in 2015, they're going to be at the International Tattoo in Halifax, Nova Scotia. What a way to celebrate Raymond's 250th with a drum and fife corps from 250 years ago. Jack Barnes, you should be very proud of this. I love the period costumes.
That fife is a very hard, not an easy instrument to play either. They're doing fabulous.
Is that from your band experience?
Yes.
Look at the flag. It has just the right number of stars for the time period, too.
Oh, look at their American flag. Doesn't have students, Lamprey River students. Look at their flag. See, tell me on Monday how many stars are on it.
What's their names again? Thank you very much for helping us celebrate our 250th. We thank you for joining us here in Raymond. We appreciate you coming all the way from Middlesex County in Vermont. Remember, back in those days, we were all part of the revolution. Very nice, very nice. Middlesex County volunteers. St. Joseph's Catholic Church and the Knights of Columbus. In 1883, the first worship facility was provided for the Catholic community in Epping. It was a small wooden chapel on Railroad Avenue. In October of 1883, the site of the original St. Joseph's Church, now the Holy Grail, was acquired. The church was built in 1896 as St. Raymond's, was established in July of 1940 as a mission church of St. Joseph's Church until 1990, and then the two churches consolidated. The present St. Joseph's Church on Route 27 in Epping was dedicated on October 28, 1990, and the parish serves the communities of Epping, Raymond, Brentwood, Fremont, and Nottingham. And we're glad to have the Knights of Columbus and St. Joseph's Catholic Church here in Raymond today. Their float, I think, displays the combination of those church exact models. It's great. It's nice to sort of reminisce, to remember when it was here. Thank you, St. Joseph's, for joining us here in Raymond. A McCormick. We've got a series of tractors. We've got a Farm All M tractor, a 1950, in excellent shape. And I'm sure we'll see similar things like this up at the Deerfield Fair. It's driven by Stan West from Raymond. We appreciate your coming. And this next tractor is called the Silver King tractor. It is a 1941. And the gentleman driving this is Harry Richards. Now, Harry lives up there on Harrison Hill. Look at Harry with his beard and his hat. And his pipe. Harry, did you get any of that grog from the hillbillies? You know. Now, Harry also has a little lumber yard out back, and he has some excellent rough-cut lumber. Walmart. The driver today is Willie Blackwood. He's been driving for Walmart for 18 years. He's somewhere up there in a cab. I know we can see him. And there's Greg Savinsky. Greg is the general manager, and we appreciate Greg and Walmart for all their efforts. The driver, Willie, has driven 2.2 million miles for Walmart accident-free. Congratulations to Willie Blackwood. Thank you, Walmart, for being such good neighbors here in town, and thank you, Walmart, for supporting our 250th.
Here's another Raymond truck, fire truck, Tank 1. Who we got in there? Who's that? The Pratts. One of the Pratts. Here comes another Raymond truck. Lights are bright. I don't know. I hope someone's driving it. Jack, are you going to go drive that truck? Here's another Raymond. This is engine 4. Smoke. Oh, Smokey the Bear's in there. Watch for Smokey, kids. He's coming by. Engine 4. And here comes Vance Ryan in his 1952 military M38. He has done 20 years in the Raymond parades. And his granddaughter, I believe, is with him, Ariel. Did I say it right, Ariel? Here we go. I don't know where they're going to stop because they have so many, but they'll stop somewhere in this row. They are very honored to have with us the Londonderry Lancers Marching Band and Color Guard from Londonderry, New Hampshire. The band is under the direction of Andy Susi and Serge Bolo, I believe. Although we prefer not to have our names read, but I said I was going to. Current membership is 284 that when they're all here. It is the largest high school band in New England. Every year they march in New York City, St. Patrick's Day Parade, and we're even invited to perform in Ireland's St. Patrick's Day Parade. They traveled to China to participate in the 208th Beijing Olympic Music Cultural Festival, which included a performance at the Great Wall of China. They went to Washington, D.C. to march in 2009, and in 2013, U.S. Presidential Inauguration Parade. The band will certainly fill up our small streets. That's what I play. Have they reached the end yet? Oh yeah, I think they filled the street. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. I can't get over it.
I can tell you're impressed. Now, this is tremendous, and we appreciate the Londonderry efforts of coming here to Raymond to join us in our celebration. One of our selectmen, Colleen Westcoats, also is a staff member at the Londonderry School, and we appreciate that she was able to work and help us get them here. So thank you, Colleen Westcoats, for your efforts in working with your colleagues to get them here. What a way to celebrate our birthday. Thank you, Londonderry Lancers. We appreciate your efforts in coming to Raymond. Please come back again. You are always welcome here in Raymond. The Londonderry Lancers Marching Band and Color Guard from Londonderry, New Hampshire. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our parade. We appreciate everybody coming out.